Hello, this is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions and anime. And I'm Magpie. Strong lead in.
I'm Blackle.
I haven't summoned you yet. I have other things to say before we begin.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Because I haven't done our due diligence, which is diligence. Oh God! Actually, do fill for time while I find the name of this thing.
All right.
Oh Lord,
It's going well so far.
Okay, yeah, didn't need that much time.
okay. For time.
I've been meaning to mention that our intro, outro, and interstitial music are by Ujiko, or Snail's House, who is incredibly talented, and all of their work is available on SoundCloud. And also, I keep forgetting to mention that we have an email at... Oh, you know what? I'll mention that later, because I can't remember it right now.
Isn't it one episode rulecast at Gmail?
It might be that, but it also might be a permutation of that.
It may not be that, so don't trust me.
It's oneepisodecast@gmail.com. I'm looking at it now.
Is that something I pinned?
It's in the other
It's like the
business
only
channel.
message.
It is the only message in the other channel, and had I looked 2.5 inches to my left, I would have seen that if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, or death threats, you can send them to oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
Slot that into your Rolodex, buckaroo.
That's oneepisodecast, the word one, at gmail.com. All right, the rest of you hooligans can introduce yourselves.
Finally. I'm Blackle. Last Friday, a strange man removed teeth from my mouth.
Are you okay? Are you fucking okay?
I'm doing all right. Except I'm down 3 teeth.
Rip.
Rip those teeth. I didn't even get them
right
back.
out of your face. Yeah.
Wait, you didn't get them back?
They didn't give them back to me.
Why didn't you make them give them back to you?
I was high on drugs.
That's the perfect time to make somebody give you a bunch of teeth.
Oh man, Joey, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Joey. What weird fucked up anime fact am I gonna say about myself today? I once drew JoJo's fan art before I knew what JoJo's was. No comments? Thank you, that's all.
That's fun. That's very fun.
Stunned.
This week, the role of Emma will be portrayed by Karen Strassman.
Hi, Karen. Emma, I'm sorry.
My name is Emma. I like anime.
All right.
I'm a good voice actress. That's all I got. So.
Good, the bit was wearing thin.
Yeah. Really, it wore thin at, like, the first sentence was like, okay, got it. And then everything after was not very good.
I think
so.
I lost you at Karen. I don't know. I don't know. It's fine.
Okay. Someday.
I believe it's pronounced Karen.
Oh man, my dog just came into my room and he stinks.
Stinky dog.
Still stinky.
Anyway,
how about anime though?
Yeah, how about the purpose of this show? So I'm gonna choose randomly from the people who haven't submitted an anime yet, and by that metric, pick Emma.
Oh, great.
Emma.
Boy,
there was a great deal of anticipation and tension waiting on who would be revealed as the chooser.
I didn't know that I would be going this week, so this is very fun.
All right.
Also, if anyone's wondering why we seem a little bit less disciplined this week, is because we're filming on a Friday, and normally we film on Tuesdays. So everyone's a little bit sauced up.
Yeah, you know,
we're out of the schedule.
Funky Fridays.
It's a funky Friday. Everyone's got ants in their pants, and they want to smash.
Oh God, is that going to be a thing? Is it going to be funky? Oh God,
it's Funky Friday.
That's horrendous.
It's the Funky Friday episode of the
We're
one
making
episode.
it a thing.
Oh no. Emma, have you got something for us?
How long has my microphone been muted?
Fantastic.
Oh my god. Embarrassing. Can we start over?
No, absolutely not.
Alright, good.
Bring us tribute.
Definitely
Bring us
don't want to leave out all of those good goofs that you guys had going. I choose for this week. Let me just double check with Crunchyroll, make sure that it's available.
I just imagine you desperately running through the aisles of some giant library, trying to find something, anything.
Listen, I have some things in the canon, don't worry, but I think that this week I do have to go for Pop Team Epic.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh my God.
which is it's
I know what that is.
impossible to explain what Pop Team Epic is.
They're little gremlins like me.
It is part of my promise that I don't want to make you guys watch anything that is horrible.
I mean, I think I've seen clips of this show.
I've seen lots of the goofs, the jokes posted just out of context, and it
To
seems
be
Does
honest, I'm
anybody-
kind of hyped to watch this.
Has anybody seen an episode? That's the thing that matters.
nope.
Nope.
All right. Well, I guess it's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So,
I did it.
So with that, I guess we'll.
completed the mission.
I guess we'll. That's why. That's why they call you the boss.
Boss, you killed a child. Great work.
Oh, God. That's why you're the best. Anyway, let's go watch this. All right, we're back. I'm sure we all have lots of thoughts.
I've been changed.
My brain was so I couldn't even take notes.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to like do a comedy podcast of this show because Pop Team Epic is so fucking funny on its own.
It's already
Yeah.
really good.
But anyway, can I?
I think Kosugu is going to get together with Dachi.
Yeah, totally. Speaking of, Joey, do you want to read the blurb?
Sure, let's do this. Ahem. Daichi Tiara and Sosugo Hoshifuri were as close as anyone could get as children. Sorry about the pronunciation of that. Shut up. Together, they made a promise that when they got older, they would live together and get married. But Sasuke moved far
But safely moved far away.
one day, and he never saw her again. A couple of years later, Daichi is a regular teen living a humdrum life. Not even his parents leaving for an overseas trip can change that. Just before the pair can get out the door, his mother gives him a bit of advice among the usual warnings. Take care of Sasuke. Unfortunately,
Take care of
So
Subway.
unfortunately,
It's too long. It's too long.
It's so long.
etc., etc., etc.
It's so
I ripped this from the
long.
TV tropes page for Pop Team Epic, which is not labeled as Pop Team Epic.
God.
Oh,
Alright.
Lord.
So
I would watch that show though because in the fake OP there is a gigantic dog the size of like Great Grey Wolf Sif,
There is.
Yeah.
very into the Sith dog.
I
and
think
also Hoshiro Girldrop sounds like somebody's like level 3 super in Marvel or something,
God.
like some kind of
Oh,
suplex.
Shiro Girldrop!
Yeah, exactly. It's like an Izuna drop. You got to jump like 20 feet in the air and then flip over, corkscrew into the ground.
Yeah. I think that maybe we should address, in case someone who's watching this haven't watched the show, that the way it works is it's a comedy show and it starts off with a
Don't
fake
spoil it.
opening for a fake
Don't.
show.
Well,
Come
How
on.
are we supposed to not have spoilers for a
yeah,
show
how
that
are we
we're
supposed to
reviewing
talk
on the
about it
show?
without?
It's fine.
Okay, so here, listen.
It's just so good.
It's very good. It was so good that I literally thought there was a problem with Crunchyroll.
It was so
Because,
good
like-
that Emma panicked and sent me a.
I was
sent
like,
me a
oh my
message.
god, Magpie, wait, no, Crunchyroll has an error. It's the wrong show. They don't have the thing. Then it was like, oh wait, no, I'm just a fucking idiot, and this is a funny show.
No, I was
Um,
like,
Oh, man.
this is a goof.
This is almost
they
definitely
look
a
like normal people. Um,
The thumbnail's correct.
In my defense, Crunchyroll did recently publish like an episode of JoJo's with fruits basket captions. So,
I would pay anything to see that episode of JoJo's, but it doesn't
God.
appear to be available.
Unfortunate.
Oh, God bless.
yes, that's very funny.
But yeah, so we were a bit thrown for a loop. When
Well,
the show
I
started.
kind of figured out that it was a joke because like I was saying to the others while we were watching it, the show Osamatsu-san did sort of a similar gag with their first episode where it was like a completely different style when you're first watching it and you're like, wait a minute, this isn't at all like the art style that I'm looking or was expecting to see. And you just kind of have to watch it and you'd be like, oh okay, they're doing something here.
Mm.
They're doing a goof on you.
Yeah.
I'd like to say one thing about that intro was
Mhm.
design for the idol outfits. Kind of liked them. Kind of would like to put them on my body and prance around.
They were like pretty cute and believable character designs, which was another reason that I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, they,
What is
They
they put a
happening?
lot of effort into that.
It was a high
Yeah.
investment.
I will go so far as to say is that the male MC in the fake episode of the fake show looked so believably bland that he could be any MC.
He genuinely
Yeah.
could.
That's
He's a Kirito, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
He's an
man.
extreme Kirito, for sure.
Kirito.
Okay, so do we want to get into the real show because I have like a lot to say because I got a bunch of
Oh.
references that
Got a
maybe
lot
all
to
didn't.
say.
so much.
But holy
Got a lot to
shit!
say about it.
Mhm.
I love how there's two dubs and one of them appears to be voiced entirely by like 47-year-old Yakuza.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
What I found very strange was the fact that they literally played the show twice. I mean, I get that it was because they wanted to do the two voices, but it feels like I'm being A/B tested here.
It was wild that it was just the same, but like back to back instead of separate. I post episode I did a little bit of research. I hope that was legal of me to do.
Absolutely
I guess, yeah.
not. But go ahead.
That's like it was like
Your
a thing
punishment will
that like
come
that's how
later.
they aired it on TV too.
Oh
They
my
they
god.
like
Back to back.
they paid for the whole slot of like the whole 30-minute slot and just played both episodes, like both versions of the episode.
Who are these people?
Crazy people.
Just
Um,
imagine watching that and being like, am I having a
'Cause-
stroke?
Well, that's
Because what I thought you were gonna say was like they
It's even
paid
cool.
they paid the people to like play depending on like what city you're in or whatever a different like version.
Oh,
So,
that
like
would
one
be
city
weird.
would get the 47-year-old version, and the other people would get.
I would
like-
do that. Oh my god, that would be so great because you have people on the internet talking about it, and they would just start arguing.
Yeah,
God.
that's like the whole Undertale. What they were trying to do with Undertale, and this is Undertale spoilers, so maybe skip like 30 seconds ahead. But in Undertale, they had the fun value which would trigger the Gaster events. And it, like a coding glitch caused that not to work. But had it worked, it would have meant that like 1% of people playing Undertale would have encountered Gaster, and everyone else wouldn't, and everyone else would just like think, "Ooh, what the fuck are you talking about?"
What are you talking about? But
Damn.
there is one thing about this
Yeah.
the second gig, as it were, is it actually has subtitles for the French section. Although
Yes.
Notice
they
that.
don't. They didn't really tell me anything because I already figured out that it was a joke about Paris syndrome.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I wish I had paid attention in French class in school. I would have like not have to read the subtitles. But granted, that's kind of a weird like. I wish I paid attention in French class in order for me to be able to watch the first episode of Pop Team Epic without looking at the subtitles.
God.
Yeah.
There's so
I wish I
many-
had that level of foresight when I was in high school.
If only. but who does?
There's so much.
So much.
There is a lot to talk about. As I understand it, there are different voice actors every episode.
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah,
But it's not back to back every episode, right?
It is. Every single episode has different voice actors.
But I love the horrible banjo, man. The fucking Okuyasu crew.
It's very often. It's very often men like that. Okuyasu is in there at some point. Actually.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Juski!
And one of the 8 different versions of episode 14 has 2 different Dios.
Oh my god.
Wait, the one from the newer
The one
show?
from the anime and the one from the movie.
From the fucking OVAs? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's very good. It's very fun. The English dub also does this.
Oh man. I kind
So
of
just
be
should be like Joe Pesci one episode.
Yeah, it's just Joe Pesci. So yeah, I had a good time. It gave me the same kind of feeling as not I was gonna say Shin-chan, but not really. More like, did any of you guys happen to catch Perfect Hair Forever?
I remember that
What?
show.
It made me feel a lot like Perfect Hair Forever. Perfect Hair Forever was an Adult Swim show that was bad, really bad, but on purpose bad, but really, really bad, hard to watch.
Pop Team Epic does the gimmicks much more successfully.
I think that's absolutely true.
Even when it wants to be bad, like Bob Team is terrifying.
Bob me.
Oh man, it's so hard to talk about the show because I have got everything on my list, but 90% of it is just did you catch that joke? Did you catch that
Right.
joke?
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
I don't want this podcast to just be pointing
just
out
want-
jokes and Pop Team.
I just want to yell about how PP fucking cast Luminaire from Chrono Trigger,
Yeah.
or how at one point Papago was a fucking Phelan from Berserk.
I know. I literally gasped out loud.
The eclipse is happening.
Fucking
my God.
Skyrim. This fucking Skyrim
the
reference.
Skyrim. So you're awake?
And the
I laughed at
Gundam.
that.
The
That's fucking
Skyrim one
Gundam reference.
made me scream. It scared my roommate.
Oh,
I said,
man.
"Oh!"
I also
Skyrim.
like the fucking
Didn't know they got that over there.
I know.
the Totoro that showed up, but it was
It was
censored.
censored.
Oh yeah, the
Totoro
mosaic blurs.
censored for copyright.
I know
reasons.
why the mosaic blurs were there because
Mhm.
because they were they don't want to deal with that. But
Right.
oh boy, every time I saw one, I was just like, oh god, is that a dick?
It
Yeah.
did make me briefly feel like I was like, what's behind that?
What's going on?
What's behind those pixels?
Yeah.
What do you got hiding for us this time?
That weird vampire man and this fidget spinner.
The fidget spinner
Fucking
also
fidget
made me
spinner.
scream.
Wasn't expecting it.
Also,
I-
that was the first time in any anime I've heard of anime seasons referenced that fourth wall broken, which is strange.
I've seen that before.
I don't know. Yeah, I've seen it before, but I think it did. I did appreciate them specifically acknowledging that they were adapting a 4-koma manga in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Everyone thinks that will fail, but we're crazy.
I've seen a number of different versions of jokes like that, from XL Saga, which I'm not afraid to bring up because I'm sure as fuck not bringing that here. But
I am. Yeah.
Mhm.
Furikuri does that in one of the several
they-
episodes. Actually,
yeah, they talk about it.
it's
Well,
very
they don't-
funny.
They did the whole manga sequence, which is apparently incredibly expensive.
Yeah, right. It would have to be.
But yeah, it's hard to it's hard to do like a mystery science theater to this because
Oh yeah,
It was
well,
good.
most
so
of it is
fast.
30-second segments.
Yeah,
It was hard.
it's
Yeah.
like, okay, imagine like 50 shit posts just post like in sequence and in video form.
At some point, I started to like my vision started to go dark. It
I
was
think
just a constant, nonstop stream of bullshit directly into my fucking cortex.
it's like the conceptual like metaphor is that bit where it's like, are you upset yet? Are you upset yet? But it's like the show is like pounding you with images, being like, have you have I knocked you out yet?
Have you had enough?
At one point, I wrote in my notes, "What does any of this mean?"
I would willingly strap myself into the chair from A Clockwork Orange, where they pin your eyelids open, so I just watch a bunch of episodes of Pop Team because holy shit, it's my thing. Just mainline the shit post directly into my circulatory system.
Insert this, plug this in
Put the
directly
trash
to my
inside
fucking
me.
cerebral cortex.
It's really good. It's I don't know that it's I don't know how much of it I can handle at once.
Me neither.
But I think it's like definitely good like veg out anime.
This is like dangerously close to what you would get if you put like a neural uplink in the back of my brain and hooked it up to a monitor.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Hooked it up to a deep fryer and then a monitor.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna watch all of it.
So
Yeah,
can
that comes out to our segment. Are you gonna watch the rest of it?
Can we talk
And
about the weird style changes that would happen sometimes with where it would go like to like much more poorly drawn, I guess.
yeah, we're gonna go real shitty and call itself Bob Team Epic. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
God.
I know it's a gag and it was terrifying.
the weird hippo man.
They're
I'm
gonna
hungry.
feed the scorpions too.
The pig was very upsetting.
Was that a pig? It said it was a hippo.
It called itself a hippo. It looked
I
more
feel
like
sorry for the hippo because it has to exist.
Here's a scorpion.
Eat it.
And their little mouths would be open, but they'd still have the little kitty face in there.
That was the worst.
Yeah.
I can't decide if that was the worst one or in the hippo one where those were their noses.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
either way, they were both. Hang on, roommates coming in.
It's like they were doing their own fucking called bootleg. They were bootlegging their own show.
Yeah.
Bootleg, yeah.
That's true.
I think that the show
They're making the Newgrounds version.
The Newgrounds version, yeah. I think that this show, like I said, it's hard to like because it has no plot, right? And I think that the heart and soul of a
Yeah.
show like this is like pointing out plot inconsistencies or like weird things about like what the fuck's going on. But here, there's nothing. It's completely immune.
I guess I've just got to rescind that promise that I made in that first episode, huh? To just not inflict horrible things on you guys. Because the problem with this was that it was so good that there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, it's too fucking good. We
It's
need
just
the
like
trash
good.
to live.
We need the trash to survive,
trash.
and
I
that
need
is why
trash.
I know exactly what we're doing next time.
I'm terrified.
I'm terrified,
Oh man.
slightly excited.
Oh, what the last thing that's on my mind is that the third time the fake like intro played, I was like, I'm in hell. The idol anime one.
It
I was like,
almost
oh,
made me
not
scream,
again.
yeah.
Not
Please,
again,
no.
please. I can't go in again. Not like this.
Not like
Not
this.
after
Not
all
like
I've
this.
seen.
Apparently that idol show was an actual thing the comic artist did, and it ended in
yeah?
the same way. Bakugo just ripped the idol girl's face open and emerged from it
Oh my god.
like a face,
Oh man.
like a chest burster.
God.
Yeah.
Damn right, I'm gonna watch the rest of this. This show is gonna color the rest of this program.
I'm glad. I'm glad that we've become a Pop Team Epic house, and I really did.
Yeah.
This really was one of those shows that like I had seen I'd seen advertised and I'd seen people talk about it and things like that, and I was like, if I watch like one episode of that, it's over. I'm just gonna watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm surprised the fake opening hadn't been spoiled for me.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Really surprised. Maybe it's just that every time I saw it, anytime I saw like some kind of GIF or something from it, my eyes would like gloss over and be like, oh yeah, some other anime.
yeah,
I don't watch it. I don't watch anime.
It was so precisely generic that, I mean, like we said, I was like, this is a different show.
It's so well
What's going
crafted.
on? Yeah, it is a really high investment goof.
Oh man!
Before we wrap up, I want to ask one question, which is like such a specific question, but when they were doing the thing where it's like, Nani, she's conscious or whatever,
Yeah.
and like they said she's still in Macbeth's miniature garden. Was that a reference to something that I didn't catch?
I interpreted it as a reference to Macross, which was originally going to be called Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
But I could be wrong there. I'm not really sure what it was supposed to be.
I'm not gonna hazard a
Such a
guess.
strange phrase. It sounds like they completely world builded some facet of the show, and then the only thing we get out of it is this one phrase.
Well, they probably did. They probably did. That happens in what's it called? What's it called? Nichijou?
Yeah, Nichijou.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
One of my other ones that I like a lot is they do all sorts of. They have a whole episode that is a slice of life anime about middle school girls, and they have an entire episode on a fucking airship.
What?
So
Good show.
that's the one where, if you don't know that one, that's the one where the principal fights the deer in the yard.
Oh,
and
I know
only
that
one
one.
student
Yeah.
sees it.
I think I've seen 1 or 2 episodes from that.
It's a good ass show. If you haven't seen that, and you there in the audience, yeah, watch that one too.
Pop Team Epic and Nichijou, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was almost wondering if they were gonna like the weird like council of people. I was wondering if they were gonna turn that into like more of a like returning gag in future episodes, but I don't they probably won't, to be honest.
I can't decide if I am extremely invested in the idea that this show turns out to have a plot, or
certainly
I
would
think
be
the perfect.
you don't expect.
I think the perfect one would be for them to do the first 3 episodes continually cutting back to this council, and then never ever.
And then just
Talk
even
about
a
them
little
again.
bit acknowledging the fact that it happened.
Yes.
Oh man. I would love it. To be honest, I would love it if like the first 3 episodes were like completely like nonsensical, like this first one, but then like suddenly it shifts to be completely serious. And then for like 2 episodes, it's completely serious, and then it just drops everything to go back into the nonsense.
It just goes back.
Oh man!
All right. I kind of feel like I almost want a catchphrase for us to end these episodes with, but the only thing I can think of is the one from Retsupare, and we can't just steal that, can we?
No, I don't think we can just steal it. I think we have to come up with an organic one. And here's my suggestion: is that we just say, "Let's go deep dog on the deep frog."
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna have to wrap it up.
All right, you son of a bitch! You selfish. Okay.
So this has been the 1 episode rule. Thank you for listening.
Kiss your dad square on the anime.
Oh no!
Oh God, no!
Let's go deep dog on this deep frog, and let's get the heck out of here.
Dead to rights. Dead to rights.
Oh, yeah,